thrilling movie begins in hell, a realm where countless souls endure harsh punishments. Every individual who has committed wrongdoings finds their soul brought here, subjected to extensive torment. Amidst this horror, Veronica is a young demoness with a rebellious spirit, yearning to experience life among humans on Earth. She approaches her master to discuss a vision she had, revealing that she saw herself among humans on Earth, and believes she might reach there soon. Her master erupts in anger, warning her against such thoughts. According to the rules, no demon is allowed to set foot on Earth. Any demon that does will lose all their powers and transform into a human. He told her that while humans may appear ordinary, they are treacherous and selfish. Despite his warnings, Veronica's curiosity about Earth and its inhabitants grows, and she insists on wanting to go there. This only infuriates her master further, leading him to send her away. She sit for dinner with her parents. Her mother told her to apologize from her father, but Veronica asked her father to let her visit Earth. He got angry, searching for a weapon to kill her. He reminds her that as a demon, her duty is to torment human souls, not to dwell in their world. Her father draws a sword, intent on killing her. Her mother instinctively steps in to protect her, urging Veronica to flee to a distant place. She escapes with her friend, Mary, who shows her a secret opening to the earth above. Accompanied by her loyal demon dog, she calls him Beast, who has always been by her side. She passes through the opening and arrives in the middle of a city. As soon as Veronica enters the human world, her demonic powers fade, and she transforms into an ordinary human. Later, Veronica wanders down the street at night, feeling lost and confused by human life. As she walks, she notices a doctor named Max observing her through a window, intrigued by the unusual sight of someone alone at night. Just then, a car unexpectedly speeds by and hits her, causing minor injuries. Fortunately, Max arrives just in time to take her to the hospital, where she receives proper treatment and medication. The next day, as Veronica prepares to be discharged, she confides in Max about her situation. She has no one and nowhere to go. Understanding her plight, Max generously offers her a place to stay, and Veronica gratefully accepts. Once at his home, Max goes to his room to rest, while Veronica sits on the furniture and watches TV. An interview with the mayor catches her attention. He boasts about the developments he's made for the community, promising that if he wins the election, he will continue his good work. However, as Veronica listens, she realizes that the mayor is deceitful, merely trying to manipulate the public to maintain his power. She tells Max that the mayor is an evil man. A few hours later, Max informs Veronica that he needs to go to the hospital for work and advises her to stay at home, mentioning a nearby supermarket if she needs anything. Once he's gone, Veronica decides to explore outside. Soon two sisters approach her, inviting her to join their religion, but she declines, explaining that she's staying with a friend. Unexpectedly, the sisters make the sign of the cross on her hand, which begins to burn, prompting Veronica to throw it away in discomfort. Disturbed, she continues walking with her dog when she witnesses a woman being harassed by two thieves. Fueled by anger at the injustice, Veronica unleashes her powers, brutally killing the thieves, ripping apart one and killing the other with her bare hands. Her demon dog quickly starts devouring the bodies, leaving the shocked woman in disbelief. Realizing her coat is stained with blood, Veronica hastily discards it and heads back to Max's house. Meanwhile, two detectives arrive at the crime scene, noting the brutal nature of the thieves' deaths. While the detectives investigate the crime scene, they discover a white coat belonging to Veronica, a clue that raises their suspicions about Max. Meanwhile, Max returns home to find Veronica has cooked a large meal. Impressed, they sit down to eat together. During dinner, Max asks Veronica more about herself, but she speaks cryptically about life and death, explaining that people's deeds determine their afterlife. Good deeds lead to heaven, while bad ones result in hell. Although Max doesn't share her beliefs, he agrees to keep her happy. Later, Veronica writes a warning letter to the mayor, urging him to cease his political activities for his safety. However, as she prepares to leave with the letter, she she witnesses two white police officers harassing a black man. Enraged, she unleashes her demonic powers, brutally killing both officers. The terrified man flees the scene, and Veronica places her letter meant for the mayor inside the corpses. The next day, detectives Harper and Ben learn about the murdered police officers and arrive at the scene to investigate. They discover a letter addressed to the mayor, which contains a direct warning to quit politics. Recognizing its significance, they take it straight to the mayor. Upon reading the letter, the mayor realizes it's a clear threat, but considers it might be a joke. However, given the recent murders, he decides to take it seriously and instructs the detectives to focus on finding the culprit. Following their leads, Harper and Ben head to Max's house, as the white coat they found earlier belongs to him. Although Max is away at work, Veronica is home. The detectives sit her down for questioning, but she quickly asserts that she knows why they're there, and insists they shouldn't suspect Max, whom she believes deserves to go to heaven. She warns them to advise the mayor to stop his deceitful political actions, claiming it would be the best choice for his life. This knowledge raises red flags for Harper and Ben, as they hadn't mentioned the mayor during their questioning. Their suspicions about Veronica grow stronger, prompting them to dig deeper into her involvement. Max takes Veronica out to show her around. While Max enjoys entertaining Veronica, the two detectives continue to follow them, intent on discovering her secrets. Suddenly, Max is approached by his old friend Lois. She talks to Max in a way who makes Veronica uncomfortable. Feeling disrespected, Veronica warns Lois to stay away from Max, but she ignores her and heads to the restroom. Enraged, she follows her. When Lois sees her furious expression, she becomes frightened. Veronica confronts her, demanding she respect Max. Veronica hears a sound, she goes to check it. A man comes out and pulls out a knife and stabs her. For the first time, Veronica experiences pain, as her powers have diminished since arriving on Earth. Despite this, she approaches Lois, who, seeing her vulnerability, apologizes. Veronica forgives her and starts to leave, but just then, Detective Harper arrives on the scene and witnesses the confrontation. Realizing that Harper knows too much, Veronica seizes him and shows him visions of hell, revealing her true nature and the danger she poses. She warns him to stop following her and Max, or he will suffer the same fate in hell. Terrified, Harper is shaken and rushes to inform Ben about what he has seen. Max and Veronica left. Harper told Ben, "Let them go." Max takes Veronica back to his home, where he tends to her wounds. As time passes, Veronica becomes increasingly impressed by Max, feeling that she has never met someone as good as him. Deeply moved, she tells him he deserves to go to heaven after he dies, and that if there were more people like him, no one would ever need to go to hell. At this point, Veronica decides she can no longer hide the truth from Max. She confesses that she is not human, but a demon from hell, tasked with punishing souls who commit evil deeds. She explains that she came to Earth to observe and judge humanity. Veronica confesses to Max that she is a demon, shocking him as he realizes the truth about the woman he has grown fond of. Despite this revelation, Max grapples with mixed feelings about their relationship. As their intimacy deepens, Veronica's feelings for Max grow stronger. She is surprised when he fully accepts her and embraces her, loving her for who she is, not for her past actions. This acceptance fills Veronica with joy, and she commits to being everything a partner should be. Meanwhile, Veronica resolves to confront the mayor, who continues his deceptive political agenda. She believes that if he is not stopped, he will keep manipulating people for his own gain. Veronica confronts the mayor at his home, paralyzing him and showing him horrifying visions of hell. Shocked and confused, the mayor is surprised when she doesn't kill him, but leaves instead. As he screams in panic, security guards rush in and one shoots Veronica, severely injuring her due to her depleted powers on Earth. When Max hears about the incident, he rushes to save her and takes her to his house. Her injuries are critical, and she needs immediate surgery. Max is devastated at the thought of losing her. Suddenly an angel appears in the mirror, telling him that to save Veronica, she must take her to the healing waters in heaven. However, Veronica is hesitant to return, knowing it would be nearly impossible to come back to Max. In a moment of true love, Max tells her that if she doesn't go, he would commit sins to join her in hell. Touched by his words, Veronica realizes how much Max is willing to sacrifice for her, making her feel incredibly lucky to have chosen him. Veronica reflects on the lessons learned from Max, particularly the importance of giving even bad people a chance to redeem themselves. That's why, when she confronted the mayor, she aimed to teach him a lesson instead of killing him. However, time ran out for him, and Veronica knew she had to return to her world. She entered the angel's world through the mirror, and though Max couldn't stop her, he felt relieved knowing her life would be saved. He decided to wait, hoping for a reunion one day. Before leaving, Veronica entrusted her demonic dog to Max, believing it would protect him. She recognized that her actions on Earth were a part of her journey, but her true place was in heaven, where she could heal and exist in peace. Meanwhile, Max was filled with hope and determination to wait for her return. A few days later, the mayor publicly admits his mistakes, acknowledging that he misled many people during his political career. He expresses a commitment to work for the greater good and ensure fairness moving forward, indicating that he has truly realized his errors. Max and his demonic dog watched the mayor's admission, realizing it was Veronica's influence that had brought about this change. She proved that reforming wrongdoers is more effective than punishment. Though Veronica had promised to return, she never specified when, leaving Max feeling lonely. Suddenly, fiery images appeared in the mirror, and to Max's shock, Veronica emerged, possibly through the gate of hell. She wore a wedding dress meant just for him, and joy flooded over Max at her return. For her good actions, Veronica was granted permission to stay on Earth permanently. Their love was true, and they had every right to be together. Veronica embraced Max, feeling a deep connection, and our adventurous story comes to a close. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a recap.